Guys, welcome back to another Pokemon Leaks and Theories video. Today we have a lot to go through with potential DLC announcement dates coming soon. Are we can expect it early next year, or we can expect it in the middle? We don't know yet. We've got more theories to go through about the next games as well. So if you do enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out. Let me know, are you looking forward to the DLC? Because it's not announced, but we know it's going to be coming soon. Let me know in the comments below, and let's get straight into it. Let's try and hit 20 likes for the video. Let's go. So here we are on Twitter, and we're going to start off with Pearl Enthusiast, and they are giving their thoughts on the DLC announcement dates. So obviously we had Pokemon Sword and Shield's announcement for, well, I think it was the Crown Tundra and, geez, what was it called? Yeah, the Crown Tundra and the Alabama even. And they got it very early. We didn't even get on Pokemon Day. I think we got like the 9th of January. And they say it's because of the backlash of the national decks being slashed. So I'll give my thoughts on the DLC announcement date. The reason Pokemon Sword and Shield got it before Pokemon Day is because of the crazy Nat Dex backlash. So basically when they announced Pokemon Sword and Shield, they were going through all the, like, just the generic stuff. Oh, this is your character, this is your character. And then they said, you're not getting a full Pokedex. Which we knew would be coming. I guess, be honest, the more Pokemon grew, the more Pokemon were made. And there's not going to be the chance that they're going to be able to withstand 1,000 Pokemon. It's 1,000 Pokemon now. Do you honestly think they're going to be able to keep 1,000 Pokemon on Nintendo Switch game? Like, could you imagine 1,000 different species running around Paldea? Like, it just wouldn't work. So that is the reason why they did the National Dex. Obviously, Sword and Shield. They took out a lot of Pokemon. I think they only had about 300 to 400 in it. I could be wrong. Don't take that for definite. But ultimately, it had to happen, and it happened in Pokemon Sword and Shield, and I just don't think people like the fact it had to happen. But there was stupid backlash, but I'm sure there's more into it why there's backlash, and I'm sure I'm just being very, very naive. But for Scarlet and Violet, they don't think that the backlash of visuals and performance is enough to make them to announce it a month before Pokemon Day, which is fair enough. I think we'll get it on Pokemon Day, only because it's Pokemon Day. I think everyone knows it's going to be a DLC. Everyone thinks it's going to be 2 DLCs. We're pretty sure it's going to be an Area Zero DLC. Kalos DLC rumors are still going on about. They're still alive, and it actually is starting to get believable. Could we be getting that 3rd Kalos game in 2023, 10 years after Pokemon X and Y came out, 10 years after the Kalos games were made? And I think it's quite likely. No Pokemon's Edge, you never know. But they go on to say, fought for a potential performance patch. They expect it early January. We know there's one coming because they've announced it. They even said, like, oh, when you're in Terra Raids and the health bar glitches out, they're not going to fix it. They're not going to fix a lot of things. It's just a slow process. And if I just wish the DLC price not the same or a bit high like current Switch games. Even right now, I'm sure I'm going to choose between Brilliant Diamond or the Shield DLC. And then Pearl Enthusiast is by none of them. And save for the infinitely more important Scarlet Violet DLC. Like, ultimately, I think it's going to be the same price as Sword and Shield, and if I'm right, it was like £20 to £30. It's not going to be a full-priced game. It's just an extra few hours of extra content. So I think £20 to £30 is expensive in itself. I think it should be about 15 to 20. But ultimately, they've got to make their money, and I think they're going to do sales for it as well, because I think this is one of the most grossed Pokemon games ever made. But didn't they announce DLC on Pokemon Day? I think anyone responded to that one, unfortunately. But I think it's quite interesting, and I think, like, we're definitely going to be having a DLC. The data mine even suggests we're going to be getting a DLC. And I think we're going to get 2. I'm really hopeful for this Kalos DLC. I really want a 3rd Kalos game. I loved playing Pokemon X. I loved the game. I understand it was quite an easy game, but I just really enjoyed myself playing that game. And I would be brilliant. I would be happy to see a 3rd game, or DLC, enticing to a 3rd game. Could you imagine a new DLC coming out and you have to start all over again? I would be very curious on how it happened. If you're going to bring a Kalos DLC in, do you have to replay the whole game like a 3rd Kalos game, or is it just going to be a storyline? It's a bit risky, but we'll see. And I'd love to see Pokemon Let's Go Johto as well, because I enjoyed Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. A lot of people didn't like it. I just enjoyed the game. They're the ones that got me back into Pokemon. Sun and Moon killed my Pokemon love, and these games got back into Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. So I'd love to see a Johto being my favorite region. So we have hope. I have hope. Kalos DLC, let's go. Moving on, we have the Cinderace Terra Raid, and I know I'm doing this a little bit late because it came out yesterday, But the Cinderace event in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is a special Terra Raid battle event available for a limited time. Use this guide to unlock the 7-star Terra Raid. The guide includes how to get new sandwich recipes, we don't care about that. So the guide includes Cinderace Terra Raid start time and details, how to unlock it, how to beat the Cinderace, and its battle rewards. So we're going to go through each of these. So we're going to start off with the Terra Raid, how long it's on for. So it actually started the 29th even, and it ends on New Year's Day. So maybe New Year's Eve today. Happy New Year. It's got until tomorrow, but it does come back on January the 13th to January 15th. So you do have plenty of time after this video goes out for the second chance. And the Cinderace during both these event periods will be exactly the same. You can only catch one. So the 7-star will have the Fighting type, Terra type. This Cinderace can be challenged repeatedly, but only be caught once. So if you catch it, so say if you do it first time, you catch it, and then you fight it again, you just can't catch it. You just get all the unlockables, you get all the rewards, which I think is fair. I think it's quite interesting how they're going to do it. So how do you unlock it? I think it's going to be the same as the Charizard. So like the Charizard Terra Raid battle, there are a few things you need to do to be able to unlock the Cinderace. So connect to the internet by opening the menu in-game by pressing L, open a Pokeball and press plus to see the news. To see 7-star black Terra crystals in your own game, you'll need to complete steps to unlock 6-star raid. Complete the post-games Academy Ace tournament and also defeat the 15 5-star Terra raids. I did 10, I believe, and it worked for me. So do 15 just to be sure. I could be wrong in that sense, but I did 10 personally, and it worked for me perfectly fine. If you have not completed the above, you can still participate in the race by joining Terra Raid battles online. You'll however need a paid Nintendo Switch online subscription. You may still have to have unlocked 6-star raids for the 7-star Cinderace raid to appear randomly online. However, you can use the link code to join someone if they unlocked it, regardless of your story progression. So if you have completed the game but your mate hasn't, you can just make them join through code. Just means you will need, it's just you fighting them, because you can't do that online, then you can't have random people join them. How to beat the Cinderace raid. So here we go. So the type is going to, well, it's a fighting type. It's going to be weak to Psychic, Fairy, and Flying, which is, we all know. Ability is Libero, and so hidden ability, no effect when terrestrialized. So what would Libero be? I'm going to search that up for you now. Libero. Cinderace. So Libero. Immediately before any move, except struggle, a Pokemon live with a Libero as its ability will change its type to be the exact same type as it's using. Libero always causes the user to become a single type Pokemon. Oh, so that's really interesting. So immediately before using any move, so say if he uses, I don't know, Fly. A Pokemon with Libero will, as its ability, will change its type to be the exact same type as the move it's using. So depending on what so we've got, so this is the, okay, that's really cool. So Pyro Ball is, so we're gonna go through its moves and then we'll talk more about it. So Bulk Up bolts its defense attack. It does this first in every battle and will continue to use it. Pyro Ball, fire, it'll use most often. Iron Head, Steel, Acrobatics, Flying, and high flying jump kick, which is quite a good move actually for us, because if he misses that, then bang, he takes a lot of damage himself. But he can change his type, so okay. You'll need to use a level 100 Pokemon. Cinderace will be Fire Fly, making it read to blah blah blah. Cinderace is a physical attacker. Its defense and special attack are equal. We suggest using a Psychic or Flying type Pokemon. Unfortunately, Fairy type Pokemon like Azumarill and Dashbone are susceptible to Cinderace's Iron Head attack. We use the Psychic type Espathra. I will probably use my Glade. So here are some specific instructions to counter Cinderace. Phobia used Espathra. Details below. Other Pokemon work well against Cinderace. Slowking, a water and physical Psychic type, resists Cinderace's most common move Pyro Ball and can attack it with super effective Psychic moves. Armarouge is a fire and Psychic type, and with its ability, it's immune to fire type moves. Armarouge can also learn Reflect, just like Espathra. These are key. Well, the key is for free Pokemon's Terra type to be Psychic. So my Glade is actually Fire Psychic Terra type, so he'll be resistant to fire. I consider using this Pathra. It's opportunist and which raises the same stats as his opponent's raises, but that would be quite awkward to do because I would need to personally like train up this whole thing. But I guess that's fine. So this is the perfect Espathra. So you need it to be, well, obviously Espathra is a psychic type. Opportunist, ability, nature, modest, held item being a shell bell, move speed, Lumana crash, reflect, helping hand, calm mind / feather down to your choices. And then here are, so what you need to do, I won't go for it because I guess part of the fun is actually just defeating it yourself. But Cinderace Terror Raid battle rewards, you get quite some good stuff. So you get XP candy large, extra large, you get protein, fighting terror type shards, you get TM64 ability patch and protein, and it of course comes back. You get the ribbon as well. I want to get like all of these. I need to get into competitive Pokemon, but that is the Cinderace Terror Raid. Moving on over to Light now, and they have a theory. First of all, they are sorry for not making a theory. That's fine. Since the digital game, there's nothing we theorize, but they have some other theories. Talk especially about a third academy, the Apple Academy, which I think sounds a bit ridiculous, but we move on. So right in the game, there are several visual clues that indicate that there could be a third academy in the game that's not mentioned. In Clabel's office, there is a plant hanging on an apple, and on Seguro's apron, there is another apple. Hassel has apple on his art table. So as you can see here, there is an apple on Clabel's desk. Then we've got apples on that there as well. What are you doing? Where are you? And then we also have him having apples in his apron. I don't understand. Maybe they like apples. One of Rika's questions in the Pokemon League is to name your academy, which the answer is to the Apple Academy. When you challenge Hassel, he has the Apple on his team, and he also draws Apple in all hints that TPC loves to do, the Pokemon Company loves to do. So please tell me the name of the school you were enrolled in, the Manzana, Naranja, and Uva. One of them's an apple apparently. And this is Hassel's team, obviously Falafel being on there. Quite like Falafel. And he is drawing a apple. Okay. Probably the oldest teacher have the students of Manzana School. So here are two I can't speak today. Can be given that the Apple Academy was established before Uva and I am not able to speak today. So there is a buck to be revealed, and probably it's related to the apple. This probably refers to the golden buck related to the golden apple. This buck probably is the third that Heath wrote, the one who talks in depth about the paradox / legendary Pokemon. So that would be this gentleman here, Heath, with his Salazar. Remember when what Seda and Chiro wanted? Future / past Pokemon live alongside in the present. This can be related to the golden age of Greek mythology. It refers to the myth regarding an initial stage of ages of men in which he is linked up. So in the future, Pokemon might live alongside present day in harmony, which is fair enough. And they carry on going on mentioning the Garden of Eden and Adam and Eve. So the literally same happened in Adam and Eve. They ate the forbidden fruit, the apple, and they were expelled from the Garden of Eden. The era of the humans started. So and they carry on going through it. There's a lot of theories, and they go on about how there is a shield of. Not even gonna bother. Located in the center of Spain. Curious, huh? Like Zone Zero and Paldea. Its symbol too is two turtles and a king. The guardian of the Area Zero is the disc Pokemon. Will be revealed in the DLC. So this is obviously being the center of Spain. And then moving over here, this is the badge they were on about. So it is quite interesting. This is obviously what they have talked about, the third legendary Pokemon. So it is quite interesting what they're going on. But do I believe it? I'm not too sure. It's a bit of a stretch in my opinion. Finishing off with Peel Enthusiast, and this is quite a long episode today. And it's based on rumours, claims that the third legendary has some sort of power to bring imaginations to life, since it altered memories of explorers who went further down Area Zero, along with the Terra mechanic imagining a hat to choose types. So, here we go. So, Birdkeeper Toby tweeted out saying, I gotta ask, I keep seeing comments saying that the Paradox Pokemon are from imagination and not from the House of Future, As far as I can tell, this is mostly based on rumors and not what I'm basing my theories off. He's got a whole theory going on about it, but I don't think we'll have time to go through it today because I don't want this video to be too long. But also, the Chinese version still used the word time machine. Plot, whoever said it, used. Another one is wrong. Arvas points out that it's weird that he thought the machine was one of the originate these Pokemon, but he wrote down in the book first. So wait, hold on. He scribbled out some words here. Time machine, the whole reason the ancient Pokemon ended up here. So the history class said that people believed that Heath was saying lies and it could well have been fake. If its machine is to bring the Pokemon, since the character loved the buck since childhood, using the third legendary power to bring him alive without knowing. End result is the time machine is actually an imagination machine, which I think would be quite be a hell of a plot twist, and I think it would be very weird for Pokemon doing a plot twist that cool. I think it would still bring out a lot of questions. I think a lot of people doubted the fact that there was a time machine and like, confused how they made a time machine in Pokemon. But then an imagination machine also seems equally, if not more, unrealistic. So it's quite interesting, and I quite like this theory. But I'm more excited about the DLCs, as I rambled on earlier. But if you did enjoy the video, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out, and you can unsubscribe anytime. Let me know what you think about these theories, and are you doing the Cinderace raid? Let me know in the comments below, and have a nice day. Goodbye.